This is the Spartan Body Mind Podcast. We exist to help people become Spartan fit, both in their body and in their mind. I'm your host, Seth Winterhalter. Today on the podcast, we're talking about the topic of when is the best time to start. A lot of you are thinking about, right, physical fitness. You're thinking about starting. Maybe it's a diet, maybe it's a training program, and you're asking yourself, well, when is the best time to start? And you're probably not even asking yourself. Maybe as you're pursuing things, the mindset work is starting to creep in of excuses. And let's just call that out. You know me, I call out excuses. It's one of the things because we make a lot of excuses. So I'm trying to help you call those out because those excuses are not the real thing that's keeping you from moving forward. The real things are fears of failure, fears of the hard work, fears of getting out of your comfort zone. That's probably the number one fear. We hate discomfort. And so we want to do it our own way. We want to do it at our own pace. Why? So we can quit. So when the going gets tough, no one's going to give us accountability and we can slack off and make excuses as to why we're busy and why we have other priorities. That is just you delaying what you know you need to do. That is you delaying what you know you need to do, which is why I've created the Spartan program and why I've redone the program. Instead of focusing on one-on-one work, we focus on group sessions with one-on-one coaching sessions to help you specifically move forward with your desired results. I want to encourage you, this is the best time to start right now. Really, that's what we're going to talk about. There is no best time. In fact, I'm going to give you 3 things to think about that will help hopefully motivate you as to when is the best time to start. Well, there's 3 things I think that help you know when the best time, but it's always now. The best time is now because it's not getting better. You're not going to get more physically fit by just sitting around and waiting for osmosis to happen. You are not going to get a better mindset by just sitting around and hoping it happens. No, we have to be people of action. We have to take action. So when is the best time to start? Well, here's 3 things to consider. First, number 1, when you get an inclination, when you start to get a stirring within you about, man, I should probably take action. I should probably look up, I should probably go on a diet. I should probably start getting active again. When you get that inclination, you should run with that. That is the awakenings of awareness that's saying you're not in peak performance. In fact, by the time you have those stirrings, you're probably considerably out of shape, considerably in a mental place of unhealth. That's why you have those stirrings. You look in the mirror, you wake up and you're always tired. You go out through the day exhausted and unmotivated. And by that time, you're probably overweight, you're out of shape, you're just drained mentally, nothing is inspiring, nothing is motivating. And so that's why you have those stirrings. You have an your body, your mind is telling you something's not right. This is not the way life is meant to be lived. And so, number 1, when you get those stirrings, that's a reality check. It's a mental awareness that things are not as they should be. And so run with that. I take a lot of phone calls with people who will call and be like, man, I think I'm interested. Let's chat. And we start to chat and right away they just start making excuses. Oh, it's not the good time. It's Christmas time. It's work this, it's family this, it's vacation this. And I get it. We're busy people, but that's why there will never be a good time. That's number 2, really. Number 1 is when you get those stirrings, you should run with it. Don't try to put that fire out. Give oxygen, give gasoline to that fire and let that thing explode. Number 2, when's the best time to start? Right now, because life is crazy. In fact, when life is crazy, that's when you should put fire on that fuel. Why? Why is that? Think about this. If you can start a plan and stick to a plan while life is crazy, build habits in light of chaos, how easy is it going to be when life calms down? You're going to soar during those times. So now is the time in the fire where you need to build the habits, where you need to be tested in light of, right? It's vacation time. Okay, great. How long is your vacation? My vacation's 2 weeks. Wow, nice. Good for you. Okay, it's 2 weeks. And so if it's 2 weeks, that's a good amount of time. You don't want to just go crazy for 2 weeks on a diet and just abandon it and eat whatever your heart desires. I think you want to have some intentionality to it, because that's you could do some damage over 2 weeks. So you're going to have sometimes, some days, some events in that where you don't care. Well, maybe you get together with friends, or you've got a, depending on what vacation you do, maybe you go to Hawaii and there's a luau. You're not going to care. You're going to have fun. But on other days, you're going to have a good breakfast, right? You're going to be prioritizing proteins. You're going to be watching how much you drink. Like, there are things like you just don't want to binge and go crazy, or maybe you do. I don't know. It just depends. Depends on lifestyle. Depends on the other times around that. But that's what being in a program and having a coach and being able to throw things off. Go back and forth to be able to actually create a game plan in light of that. That's why right now with the Spartan program, we're giving just the easiest access ever, $99 for the entire month of December. This is a $500 program, and that is cheap for what I'm doing. Remember, I'm not a health guy. I'm not a training, I'm not the guy at the gym who's going to give you a training program for $100 every time you meet him. I'm not your nutrition guy that you go to them and they tell you. I do all that stuff. I do nutrition. I do training. I'm a peak performance guy. I'm the guy who's going to get in between your ears and help you actually become a transformed, changed person, because it's your mindset that's led you to where you're at right now. It's your mindset. It's what's going on between your ears that's created excuses and lethargy and distorted priorities that have led you to where you are. So you need a transformation in your mind that flows out into your body. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I do. And that's not a cheap thing. Getting between your ears is not inexpensive. And so I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in what I'm charging. I believe that this is very affordable for what you're going to get out of it. And here's the thing. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is what it's always interesting to me when I talk with people on the phone and they tell me where they're at and what their struggles are. And I say, I want you to paint a picture of you operating at peak performance. What do you look like? What do you feel like? What do you think like? What is that person? And if we could get you to become that person, how you look, how you feel, how you think, what would that be worth to you? How would that impact all the areas of your life, your relationships, your work, your free time? How would that impact your life? And you know what they all say? They go, that would be priceless to me. To be the person I've always wanted to be transformed, to get back to health, or to finally be. Some people have never been really physically healthy, mentally sharp, mentally feel like they've operated at peak performance. And they go, that would be priceless. And then it's like, okay, well, here's the price. Oh, that's too much. You just said it was priceless. Again, they're just excuses because we're so afraid to invest in ourselves. We're so afraid to fail. That's really what it is. So that's what I want to help you with. That's why I say when life is crazy, that's the best time, because we can actually help you become who you're meant to become in the fire. Think about it. Think about every movie you watch. Heroes don't become heroes, right? Frodo doesn't become Frodo. Sam doesn't become Sam. Jason Bourne doesn't become Jason Bourne. Luke Skywalker doesn't become Luke Skywalker when it's just easygoing mushroom farming, right, on Tatooine. No, they become who they are in light of the fire, in light of the testing, when chaos happens. That is when you need to be in something, because that's going to shape you the most. If you're waiting for rosy times and spring meadows and peace and calm, you're not going to do anything in those times. You're going to want to sink into your comforts. The last thing you're going to do is want to challenge yourself in those times. So when's the best time to start? First, when you get a stirring, when you get an inclination, when you look in the mirror and go, something's got to change. That's number one. Number two, when life is crazy, that's a great time to start, because then that's when you need to be healthy. That's when you need to actually get in gear and need specifically a coach to be able to go, how do I handle and manage the chaos in my life? How do I prioritize myself so I can actually be better during times like this? I think that's when you need a program. Finally, when is the best time to start? I think the best time to start is when you can do something with others. And that's why, again, the Spartan program is about gathering people who are going through a very similar transformation together. And again, we have people losing weight. We have people who want to gain muscle. We have people all over. It's not just a weight loss program. It is a physically fit, Spartan fit program. And that's going to be different for everybody. So your level, your desire for physical fitness will be different from everyone on that call. Some you might be more aligned with and some not. That's not the aim that brings us together. What brings us together is the challenge to become someone we are not yet. Someone who we are striving to be. That's where we find unity, is we're all in the journey together. We're all battling together, trying to create results to become our version of what Spartan Fit is. And that's in our bodies, and really that's in our minds. And so I want to encourage you, now is the best time to start. Now, stop making excuses. Excuses are just that. They're you fighting to stay in your comfort zone. And I want you to remember, why are you interested in the first place? You're interested because you know you're not where you need to be. So don't let excuses derail you from you becoming who you're meant to become. Don't let excuses derail you. Don't settle for comforts. Settle for the passion and the vision of becoming who you are meant to be. Settle in yourself. Settle in your mind. The drive and the passion to operate, to find what peak performance looks like for you. You're not a Winnebago. You're not a Pinto. You're a Porsche. You are a Corvette. You are supposed to be, and that doesn't mean you got to be some famous CEO, some famous actor, some famous somebody. Like, why can't you be a Corvette and be a great stay-at-home mom or dad? Why can't you be a Corvette and work a normal, everyday, blue-collar job, right? Everyone needs to operate at peak performance because you have people in your life that you're impacting. You need to be operating for yourself, right? You need to enjoy life. And that's not just peak performance at work. That's peak performance in your play, peak performance in the life you want to live. I work with a lot of people who are older in age, and they oftentimes they come to me because, right, they're just so, they can't play with their grandkids. They can't even play with their kids. They don't have energy. They don't have the stamina, and that impacts life. How depressed does that make you? That you're not able to do what you want to do. So I want to encourage you. Now is the time. Take action. And what we're doing, again, is that special $99 to preview all the group sessions. We just had our first session. We recorded it. It's in the private Facebook group, so you can go back and watch that, take in the information. Want to see you become better, become fit, mind and body. And so just test drive the program, $99, test drive the entire month of December. And if you want to join in, you can join at any time. You can jump into the actual Spartan program. Its prices start at $1,500. And the only difference in the ranges is they go up is how much one-on-one time you want with a personal coach. And so if you're interested in that, we can chat. But even if you just do the $99 program for December and say, man, that was enough for me. I can't afford the other program, or I have whatever excuses you want to create. I think you can. I think if it's worthwhile, you can afford it. And I think I've priced it so that you can afford it. And I will work with you with payments or whatever, because I want as many people as possible to be a part of it so that they can be transformed. But here's the thing, for some, maybe you just go, hey, I can just do the December thing. Great. I'm glad to help. I'm glad to at least stir in you some motivations and some inspirations and give some insight so you can hopefully take off on your own. Whatever I can do, I just want to help. I want people to thrive. That's why I'm doing this. And so encourage you. The best time to start is right now. So if that's you, go to thespartanprogram.com, thespartanprogram.com, and join, do the $99 special, and then get on a phone call with me, and let's dial you in and see how we can help you further. Okay, that's it for the Spartan Body Mind Podcast. Go to, again, thespartanprogram.com. Until next time.